Are you hungry for something simple and delicious? Then let's make a one tray chicken and potato dinner. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. Let's dive right in. I'll start by mixing up my spices. I have here a teaspoon of smoked paprika, about a tablespoon of parsley flakes, half a teaspoon of ginger powder. I'll add a half a teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning, and then I'll go in with 1 teaspoon of onion powder, some curry powder, use as much as you wish, goes very nice with chicken. Then I'll add in 1 tablespoon of onion powder, some oregano, and some salt to taste. I'm also going to add in some fresh cracked black pepper, use as much as you wish. Give everything a mix until very well incorporated. Now we'll go ahead and sprinkle some onto the chicken. You want to make sure your chicken is very well patted dry so it can adhere to the seasonings, okay, very well. So I'm not going to add it all at once. I'll just do it bit by bit so we don't over season the chicken. All right, so I'll add some onto it. Then I'll add a little bit of olive oil, then rub it onto my chicken to make sure it's very well seasoned. And in the next clip, you're going to see that I'm still adding a bit more of the seasoning, so our chicken will be very nice and flavorful. Please feel free to use any seasonings that you wish, and you want your chicken to be nice and well seasoned, just like so. I added a sprig of fresh rosemary. If you don't have the rosemary, you can also use the dried. So I'm going to cover this and put this in the fridge for about 2 hours. If you have longer, go ahead and put it in. And about 2 hours later, I have the chicken out of the fridge and I've placed it in my baking vessel. I have here some russet potatoes. I'm going to cut it into quarters, and you want to cut off any pieces which are not very good, okay? So I washed it very well. You can choose to peel it as well, and I'm just going to quarter it up, okay, cut it into fourths and place it in the seasoned bowl with the seasoning and all, yeah. So you can, if you don't want it too big, you can also cut it into smaller pieces. You also want to make sure that your potatoes are very well patted dry. So I finished cutting it all, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to season generously with some salt. You know, potatoes love salt, okay? And I have some of the seasoning, so I'm just going to drizzle some onto the potatoes. Then we'll add a bit of oil to this and mix everything up. If you're new here, my name is Gifty. A warm and pleasant welcome to you. Thank you so much for stopping by and clicking on the video to watch. If you haven't subscribed, kindly like, share, and subscribe. This is what the potatoes looks like, very nicely seasoned. So set this aside and allow it to, marinate for a few minutes whilst we work on the garlic clove. Now this is a bulb of garlic and I have washed it, okay? So now we're going to assemble everything together, and you want to place the potatoes skin side up just like the chicken so we can get a very nice crispy skin. Okay, so that is it. We'll go ahead and finish this up. You want to add the rosemary and everything in there, and I have the garlic cloves. I'm just going to nestle them in there, and this is going to get nice and caramelized and sweet and so delicious. Don't worry about my ashy elbow, it's all part of the work. So now this goes into a preheated oven of 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour. So 30 minutes into our baking, I'm going to turn this around so we can get an even crispiness and baking time. And I also have here some Brussels sprouts and a little bit of carrots, which I have also seasoned in the bowl. And I just tossed it in the bowl, so I'm just going to add this in there, close the oven, and allow this to go for the remainder of the 30 minutes. So after an hour of baking, our potatoes and chicken is out of the oven, and this is the rest of the seasoning. I just added a little bit of oil to that, and I'm just going to brush it onto the chicken so we can have a very nice and beautiful color. You can also use the juices that we have in the pan, and this goes into the oven again for about 20 to 30 minutes, and 30 minutes later, this is how it looks. I'm just going to brush it with the juices so it can stay nice and moist, and we'll just garnish with some fresh parsley. But guys, this looks amazing. Just look at the color of the carrots. We have a little bit of caramelization going on. Just look at the garlic. Oh my goodness. Spread this on some toast. So delicious. But this is our finished look. Just look at that. Tell me you do not want that. Now, if you want your potatoes to be really, really, really golden brown, then you want to split it into two trays or two bowls. But I didn't really want to do much dishes, so we just went with one. But just look at how soft the potatoes are, and the chicken is so nice and crispy. Unfortunately, there was too much noise in the background, so you can't hear it, but this was absolutely delicious. Very simple weeknight meal. And if you have watched up until now, thank you so much for doing so. Kindly do me a favor and hit on that like or thumbs up button. This goes a long way to help the channel and also push the videos out there. Well, that is it for today. Thank you so much for doing this with me. And until we meet again, stay blessed, stay out of trouble, and be well. Bye, y'all.